Hi everyone, I'm teacher Yi. For your information, NMOS 2026 will be on the 14th of July, which is 2 more months before the examination. So right now, in this video, I'm going to share with you the final spring preparation guide. Now, first thing first, since we only have 2 more months for the preparation, the most important question is that how do we make a plan to maximize our study efficiency with such a limited timeline? Now everyone, if we want to make a plan, definitely we need to have a goal for it. So which is why we need to have accurate positioning so that we can set a realistic goal. So at the very beginning of May, we have come out with our second mock exam right here. So after you attend this second mock exam, based on the result that you get in this examination, we will give you an idea of what is the current awards level. And after that, we will help to set a realistic goal for the upcoming NMOS competition. So I believe some of you, maybe you never joined this NMOS competition. So no worries. At the end of this video, I'm going to share with you my contact number, and also I will share with you our study group. So you can come and contact with us. Okay? So everyone, after you join our NMOS mock exam right here, the next thing, we say that we have a goal right here. We have a target score. How do we want to improve them? So we need to try to identify the model that we are weak about it, so that we can run a targeted practice. But the thing is, how do we know that which area that we are weak about it? So actually, we just have to take a look at the score rate per module. For example, if I take a look at the student C right here, so very obvious you can see that calculation 0 score rate, words problem 12.5 score rate. And for example, student B, you can see that there is a lot of question, a lot of model right here with low score rate. So how do we define a low score rate? So we say that as long as it is below 80%, we will consider it as a low score rate. Now everyone, after you identify the weaknesses here, but now, how do we know that which part should we try to focus about it? Now, for example, if I take a look at student B, we will realize that there is a lot of our model right here that has score rate below 80%. So how do we know that which part should we focus about it? Definitely, we don't have so much time for us to try to improve all those models. So everyone, for your information, in NMOS competition, there is 3 models that is highly focused, which is comprehensive, which is words problem, and also geometry. So as you can see that this student right here got 100% in comprehensive module. So definitely, we will say that this student should try to focus on the geometry and the words problem. And everyone, listen here. If let's say there is one student that get a low score rate for the comprehensive problem, actually, we will also not advise the student to focus on the comprehensive module. So what is the reason right here? Now let's take a look. So you can see that this is the topic for the comprehensive module. As you can see that the problem with the comprehensive problem is that, first thing, low connectivity. We say that all of the knowledge point right here, they're like not related to each other. So it is hard for us to try to study about it. And second thing, we say that the knowledge point, they are scattered around. So this is why we say that we never recommend to focus on the comprehensive problem. You should focus on the other 2 modules, which is the words problem and also the geometry problem. And now, if we take a look at the other student, which is student C right here. So as you can see that, student C, 100% in comprehensive and 94.4 in geometry. So definitely, these students don't have to look at the geometry question only. We now look at the words problem. But everyone, if you only focus on the words problem, actually you still have some time for you to improve on the other module. So everyone, in this case, if let's say the geometry module you already did very, very well. So what you have to do is, other than focus on the words problem, just try to select the remaining 2 other modules for your target. For example, let's say we can also choose the calculation. Let's say we can also choose the counting module. Alright, so this is about after you identify the weaknesses, and then you have to run the targeted practice. We mentioned about run targeted practice. How do we do the practice then? Alright, everyone. For example, if let's say you are weak in the geometry module, everyone, we have prepared these geometry books for you to try to practice about it. So I believe that after you've done one of these geometry books, you should have no problem with the geometry module. But what if I have the weaknesses with other module? What should I do? Now everyone, let's see. We also have the NMOS books. In this NMOS book, we actually categorize the past year paper from 2021 to 2025. And all those questions is actually classified based on the model right here. As you can see that model 1, we have calculation, we have words problem, we have number choice. So let's say if you are weak in the words problem, just try to focus at all those questions in the words problem. So we have the books for P4 and we also have the book for P5. Both of it is the past year paper for NMOS. So definitely the real question from NMOS is a very good practice right here. And everyone, I would say that after you do the targeted practice, actually it is not really enough for us to try to improve it. What we have to do is we also need to do some simulation for the past year paper. So as you can see that this is some of the example for the past year paper. We need to also do the practices by using the past year paper. But everyone, actually there is an important thing when you try to do the simulation. I will going to discuss with you some of the guide when you want to do it, the simulation. So first thing first, we will have to try to follow the official time limit and also the exam regulation. So for your information, for NMOS competition, it will only have 1 hour 30 minutes. So right now, NMOS that is 35 questions, you only have 1 hour 30 minutes. So you definitely have to familiar yourself with it. So we say that the important thing about following the time limit and the exam regulation, first thing, it can help us to improve the problem solving efficiency. Now, second thing, we say that it can familiar ourselves with the exam strategy. Right? One problem is that, what exactly is this exam strategy? Now everyone, we say that when students go for the NMOS examination, first thing, we will have to try to solve all those easy questions that you have very high confidence that you can score the point. Second thing, we look at those questions that you have an idea on how do you want to solve it. And finally, you can use the remaining time to tackle the tough question, or else you can also use the remaining time to try to check those two parts that you have done it, so that you can make sure that you really score the point from here. Okay, so this is what we say about following the official time and also the exam regulation. Now, other than that, the guideline for the paper simulation is that, second thing, we should try to develop a daily executable plan. So what does it mean by a daily executable plan? For example, as we know that upcoming we have our June holiday. So in this June holiday, after you done our NMOS book, which is only the question from 2021 to 2025, you can also try to do the past year question before it, which is from 2016 to 2019. So there is round 1 question, there is 2 round question. You can try to solve all those type of our past year paper. So we say that the daily executable plan. For example, you can come up with one of this table. So for example, I plan that 1st of June, I need to complete the round 1 of 2019, and the 4th of June, I need to complete round 1 in 2018, and so on. This is what we so-called a daily executable plan. But right now, everyone, after you do the past year paper, this is not enough. We also need to do some of the correction. So first thing, we can come up with this table right here. Try to write down which question you did it correctly, which question you did it wrongly. But the thing is, how do we want to do with all those incorrect questions? We say that we need to do some correction, right? What will be the correct method for us to do the correction? Now, first thing, some students might think that, I just look at the solution, I read the solution, then I can understand it, means that I already can do those questions. Actually, this is not the correct way for us to do the correction. What we have to do is, we really try to understand it. After that, you should always try to redo the question ourselves until we can get it without have to look at the solution. This is the correct way for us to do the correction. Now everyone, when you look to the solution, definitely you will encounter some difficult question after you read through the solution. It seems like it is very difficult to you to understand it. So everyone, my advice is that, so if you have encountered this kind of situation when explanation is so complex, just try to skip it. Everyone, So in NMOS competition, you are not here to solve all those questions. If that is a very, very difficult question, it's okay. Just skip it. Alright? Now, the next thing is that we say that we do this past year paper. So, for example, some of the questions you see, 2024, question 23 right here. If you look at the explanation, after you read through, it seems like it is quite complicated. And also, 2025, question 34. Again, you see, after you read it through, maybe some of you don't really understand what does the solution tells you about. So don't worry, just try to skip it, okay? Just skip it. So we say that we need to have the guideline for our past paper simulation. But you see, in our table right here, why is that we need 3 days for one paper? So everyone, just now we also mentioned that we need to do the correction, right? So 3 days because we need to solve it, we need to review it, we need to try to do the correction. And just now we say that the correction method is we have to redo the question. So actually in our planning right here, we should also come up with some day we need to try to redo the question. So this is our executable plan. Alright everyone, so after we are done talking about the guideline for our past paper simulation, now the next thing is that in our Kangaroo study, what can we help with the exam preparation? So for our upcoming June holiday, we also have our June holiday spring class. So you can see that we will mainly focus on the review of all those 7 modules right here. Okay, so this is what we are going to do in the upcoming June holiday. So other than that, everyone, upcoming we also have some activity. For example, we'll have NMOS paper explanation class. So maybe we'll also come up with a 3rd mock exam followed by a review class. And we also have some prediction class. And after the real NMOS examination, we'll have a live streaming to explain about the question in NMOS. So for your information, all those events here, we haven't come up with the exact time. You just have to try to follow our group. And then we'll update with you the exact time for our activity right here. Alright, so everyone, other than that, so we also have received some of our parent feedback right here. For example, so you can read through some of this feedback, okay? So you see that, you say that you enjoy our class a lot, and then I also share with you the other page. This is also some of the parent feedback. You can just read through. I will leave a few seconds over here. Now everyone, we say that at the end, I will share with you my contact number and also my QR code. And the second QR code is our WhatsApp math study group. So you can try to contact us to get an idea of the mock exam and also our upcoming activity. So all the best for all students that joined the NMOS 2026. So that's all for this video. Bye bye.